Has anyone here ever been through a time porthole? One bloke up the back. Are you waving because you're in a time porthole or because some of your mates turned up? 2 in the time porthole, 4 in a time porthole. I once went through a time porthole, and I'm not sure how long ago it was when I got in there. It was like millions of years BC, I would imagine. There was no calendars on the wall. It's very hard. It was basically a time before pants. I was sort of standing in a cave, and wasn't as cold as this immediately, but yes, it was. And it was fairly cold, exactly like this. And it was just me in the cave, and it was back in the days before, I couldn't speak. I only just got there. I didn't know a language, but it was sort of your spoken grunt sort of thing. And I had no one else in the cave, but there was a dog over by the cave entrance, and he was must have been my dog, and he had a little cut in his head. Obviously, we'd been out hunting because it was full of meat, like stacked for the winter. Obviously we're hunter-gatherers, and there was a big old boar there, all cut up, and he's probably been cut in the head from that. And I was standing in there, not really knowing what to do, and just walking. And then 2 guys come up like this, and I don't know how to react to these 2 guys because this is a brand new place for me. And they looked really aggressive, and they had spears, and they were nude too, and they were sort of walking towards me, like this, and grunting. Although they might have had a bit of fur covering on, I'm not sure what it was. And they were grunting, and I was grunting back, and then a bit of a fight started out, and I'm thinking, protect the meat. So here I am in this cave, and I need to grab a weapon, so I grabbed some of this pig. So here I am naked, protecting me meat, waving around my pork sword in this cave, and I'm thinking, the battle starts, and I'm looking at my dog, and I'm thinking, come on mate, into it like this, and old mate grunts, and I grunt back, and I'm not sure whether I'm being offensive or not because I don't understand the lingo. Next minute I get hit, he gets hit, they whack over the back of the head, and I wake up in modern day times with a bit of a red and blue flash in a police holding cell. Where they come up with a bit of a cock and bull story that sounded quite unbelievable, to be honest. And they gave me a bit of time to sit in the cell and sort of work out what went on. If I could come up with a sensible story. And tracking back to earlier that morning, what had happened is I remembered going out early to pick mushrooms out in the meadow near where the talking woodland animals live. Well, I will admit, we were very quiet until they watched me eat a couple of mushrooms, and then, to be honest, I couldn't shut them up. And I had these couple of mushrooms, I'm listening to, just the crickets talking and stuff like that and all this, and a few of them were scurrying around, and there was one particular little marsupial just giggling, and that was pretty funny. And I'm frolicking through and when you frolic, I don't know if anyone's ever frolicked, it's actually like a suspended leap. You feel like you're in the air for like 1.2 seconds instead of instantaneous. It's a bit like moonwalking, but not backwards. And I'm frolicking around like this, and then I'm pretty happy and all that sort of stuff. And then I turn, there was like an 8-foot rabbit, white rabbit, with a black eye patch, very pirate-like. Plus ears, so he's way bigger than 8 foot really, if you want to put the measuring tape up there. 8 and then ears like this. And I'm sort of, your first reaction, honestly, when you see an 8-foot plus rabbit is to pat his belly, because it's... And then you look up and see the eye patch and he's quite Jack Sparrow, you think, Jesus Christ. And he looks down at me and talked totally different to what I thought a rabbit would speak like. He said, take off all your clothes and jump through the time porthole. Just start undressing like this, and took the clothes off, and what do? Hands are tied really, aren't they? Rabbit. Imagine telling your mates that, you come back all beaten up, how'd that happen? It was a... fell over. So I took off all the clothes and I jumped through the time porthole, which didn't actually turn out to be a time porthole. It was more a local shopping centre. Into me cave, or butcher's shop. Up on the counter for a bit of a carry-on. So it turns out, here I am naked in a butcher's shop. All the meat around, obviously the meat from the butchers. My pork sword's my pork sword. The little dog over in the corners is the guide dog for the blind money box. And the whack over the head was from a copper's baton. So the moral of the story is, if you're out in the meadow picking mushrooms, out where the talking woodland animals live, don't listen to a big white rabbit with a black eye patch, because sometimes he can be full of rubbish.